everybody, welcome back to Amazon Garbage. Another series I'm always on top of. Anyway, the piece of garbage we're looking at today is called... Well, to be honest, I don't know, because this name is so unbelievably long. Let me just read it out to you. Retro Games Console Game Stick with 2 game controllers. Was that 20,000 plus game plug and play game console. Wireless controller, 64 gig to 128 gig, 4K HDMI output. TV stick. So first of all, going off with a name like that, you can already tell that this entire product the reason the name is that long is to just click and tick every single keyword box that could appear under the name of video game. Either that or the guy who made this was a retard with stuff for hands and was drunk and was just slamming his head on the keyboard and mashing it like that. Either one's right, to be honest. So looking at now what you get in the box, you get the box. Wow, I didn't know we were getting a box in a box. A USB cable, a HDAN cable, I've never heard of one of them before, the game stick, the instructions, a one-time wireless receiver, and a 64GB SD card. And you also get 2 shitty wireless PS3 controllers. I never get why a lot of these game stick console things, they give you PS3 controllers, since don't worry, it's a nice controller design, but I'm about to bet right now that you do not need all these buttons for the games that come on this console. Let me show you a controller that you'll probably end up needing more than that. You'll probably need an NES controller more than this, to be honest. Also, I probably should have said this earlier, but we're going to say it now. I'm just going to be calling this the Aipinvip. That's the name of the brand. We're going to call it that console. Aipinvip console. That's what we're going to be calling it. Just to make it easier for me to say in the video and for the title. Anyway, the reason I'm saying you probably just need an NES controller or maybe even an SNES controller at the most is because if it isn't obvious, most of these consoles are just filled with a bunch of pirated NES and SNES games. Now, even with all that, you're probably thinking, wow, $42.99 for a product with 20,000 games, that's still quite a lot, isn't it? However, one thing that actually mentions down all the way over here in the about this item thing is, there is 24 different languages for this game. So that probably means there's more about 100, maybe 1,000 NES, SNES games, because a lot of those old games, when you buy them, they are just in that specific language of the region you bought it in. So for instance, if you buy a Japanese NES game, well, no shit, it's going to be in Japanese. And in most of those old games, you can't change the language. So that probably means that, like, it's got... Let's think about this here. It's probably going to have the English-speaking version of Mario 1 and the Japanese-speaking version of Mario 1. So right, there's already 2 out of the 20,000 games. And not to mention that, if you check up here, it just says there is 20,000 games. But if you have a look... there's an option to get only 10,000 games, which is only a little less than getting the 20,000 games, which just makes me think, why on earth would you buy the 10,000 game version when for just, what was that, £7 more you can get the 20,000 games version and overall get probably a bigger bang for your buck, but at the same time, it's going to be the same games, just, I don't know, French is in there now. In this about items section, there's a lot of questions here that have been answered, but I think the real questions that should be answered here is, do you own any of the games that you've put on this console? I'm about to bet right now, that's a fucking no. Another thing I'd like to know is what's the difference between this product and almost every single other one you can find on the market, which is not very hard because all you have to do is really just look up video game and then you get shit like this. Another thing it says here is play with family and friends. Yeah, because I'm a call over my mate and be like, hey yo, boy, you want to play some Aipinvip classic video games such as Uncle Grandpa 78 and Super Mario 14. You know, the classics. Another thing I'd like to bring up is this best gifts for retro gaming lovers image. And all these images look perfectly fine, really. But then you look at the top right one and you might notice something. The controllers, they don't look like PS3 controllers one bit. They look, honestly, they look even more like an Xbox controller or a Wii Classic Pro controller. If it had like proper triggers instead of instead of these stupid fucking things. I don't like these triggers that much, to be honest, but it don't matter. Now also, while going through this Amazon page, one thing I've noticed, not at one point does it say, what consoles are you actually, is it emulating? Is it emulating NES, SNES, N64? Hell, for all we know, it can be emulating the PS5. And obviously, if you sit there and think for just a couple seconds, you'd realise, well, it's probably NES and SNES games, but to the untrained eye, they're probably been thinking, huh, what does this play? Can I play some Super Mario 64, some Mario Sunshine, some Metal Gear Solid, some Final Fantasy 7? At no point on this entire webpage does it mention any sort of console that it plays. Not at one point in any of the text, not at one point in any of the images does it say what it plays, none of it. All the closest thing you get is this screen here where it says 9 classic emulators, and that's all you get. Another thing it also says here is that it supports 4K. Yeah, because I need 4K imagery for Tetris. I need 4K imagery to look at PS1 graphics, Lara Croft titties. I need 4K graphics to look at Pong. Are you starting to see the problem now with this Amazon page? It does not list a single thing that would actually be important here. It tells you the console and what you get in the box, but that's literally it. It doesn't say what sort of games on it or anything you can expect. Now, it's probably due to copyright because they don't want to actively list on it, hey, this thing plays Mario, because, you know, Nintendo will come out and sue their ass into oblivion, but at the end of the day, this is all scummy. It's all scummy practices, because either way, this thing can be taken down for copyright, because I'm about to bet right now, this thing is filled with just a bunch of ROMs from the NES and SNES library. Now I'll scroll through some of the images, and this image here really gets me. This is another one that says, the best gift for retro gaming lovers. Wow, this image is so good. This kid looks like he wants to kill himself. This kid looks like a psychopath. This guy here looks like he just wants to, I don't know, go back to playing Macbeth looking at him. And this woman here looks like she wants to go back to playing Casey Jean Parker. Another thing about this item section is, it says here, this retro handheld console. Yeah, handheld console. This thing here, that's a handheld console. Look at that. That thing can be taken on the go, you know. You can shove it up your ass and, well, technically you took it on the go. This thing is about as handheld as the Virtual Boy. This thing's about as portable as the PlayStation Portal. And that thing, you can't even use it without Wi-Fi. That shit don't even work in airports half the time. Another thing this webpage so heartily loves, to the point where they say it multiple times, that it's a plug and play, because plug and plays are still big, you know, with the NES Classic Edition and the SNES Classic Edition, which I actually can't show because it's under my tripod at the moment. Another thing I want to mention is these controllers. Now, I've already mentioned they are knockoff PS3 controllers, but why do they look like they're made of, what, plastic? I know the official one's made of plastic as well, but like, come on, look at that thing. It looks like it's going to fall apart the minute you take it out of the box. In fact, let me show you something. So this here is a official PS3 controller. Well, I think it is. Let me get one that I know is definitely official. This one I know is official. I'm pretty sure this one is, since it's got, you know, the PlayStation logo. I don't know if you can see that. So this one here is a official PlayStation 3 controller. I believe this one is, because it's got the logo. I don't know if you can see that, but I know this one is. And this here is a absolutely unofficial PS3 controller. As you can see, there's no logo there. The symbols, yeah, the symbols don't look right one fucking bit. I'm gonna have to get more light on this. Okay, I've got my second lamp on now as well, so hopefully you'll be able to see this a bit. There you go. Now you can see.
Okay. When I was recording this, for some reason the audio didn't pick up well, so I just wanted to re-show this. So as you can see, there is no Sony logo. The symbols are a bit fucky ducky. They don't look right, and there is no PlayStation logo in the middle here, and that's how you can tell this is unofficial.
And no on this controller does it say it is a Sony licensed controller, but even then, this thing here, which is, to be honest, it's not that good. It's not very accurate when it's not plugged in. This thing here looks way better and looks like it's going to last a lot longer than whatever the fuck that is. I mean, let's say this controller here. This is one I use on a regular basis when I play games like GTA 5 or Sonic Unleashed on my PS3. This thing has taken a beating recently. I throw this shit when the game pisses me off. This thing has taken a beating. And it's fine. It works just fine. This thing here, it looks like I'm gonna hold it wrong and it's gonna fall apart. unlike this thing here. Another thing it says here is, best gifts for adults and children, bring back beautiful memories. Who the fuck would want one of these to be their birthday or Christmas present? This thing. Who would want this? This is the perfect gift for children and adults on birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and any other occasion. This game console allows you to share the joys of gaming. Well, that's fucking gay. First of all, who the fuck want to receive a present, something like this, for Thanksgiving or Christmas? No one receives presents for Thanksgiving or Christmas, at least I don't think anyone did. Or at least people who aren't religious, I don't really know. And if you're religious, well, God fucking hates you. So you're probably not doing some Ahalu Akbar. Each gamepad requires 2 AAA batteries, 4 in total, not included. Are you telling me right now how cheap the thing probably is to produce? You cannot include 4 fucking batteries? How cheap are you? It's not like you're paying for rights, since everything on here is definitely pirated. You're not paying for any rights at all. I'm about to bet right now that is just a fucking flash drive you just stuck 4K and your fucking branding name on. In fact, there ain't really any branding on the console itself or on the controller. There's nothing to say what the fuck this is. To have all that, you cannot include 4 fucking batteries? Also, looking at this box here, it says professional game chip. Yeah, don't worry if you can't afford a PS5 or an Xbox Series X or even a high-tech gaming PC, don't worry, this thing will definitely get a good bang for your buck. You can definitely play the brand new God of War Ragnarok, the new Hitman 3, the new... what fucking new games are out now? Minecraft PS Vita edition or something like that. Connect TV. Wow, I didn't know this was not made by English speakers. Nice to know that I need to connect this to the TV. Let's just deny the fact that that's how you fucking use it. Another thing it says here is classic games. That pretty much means Mario, Sonic, and Mario. And did I say Mario yet? And the last option, well, I can't even read it. The controller's covering it. But luckily, don't worry, because I found, hold on, let me see it. This second console thing, which is the exact same console, might I add. There's literally no fucking difference between any of them. And we can see the full box, so it says double rocker control for an NES game. Like, come on now.
I'm drinking Rollin' Rock on the Rollin' Rocker. Rollin' Rock, Rollin' Rocker. Yeah, Rollin' Rock on the Rollin' Rocker.
In conclusion, this thing is built for the older generation. This thing is built for people who do not give a fuck about the emulation quality or quality altogether. They just want to relive the glory days of playing fucking Pac-Man. In conclusion, this thing fucking sucks.